I caught her in the pantry, staring at a hidden stack of collection notices like they were a crime scene. Outside on the patio in Phoenix, our families were cheering for the game, oblivious that our entire world had just flatlined. My wife, Chloe, was leaning against the shelves, her hands trembling as she tried to shove the evidence into an empty flour jar. She looked flawless, as usual, 5'7" with a sun-kissed tan and dark, honey-toned hair that fell in expensive waves over her shoulders. She was wearing a designer white linen set that cost more than my first motorcycle, highlighting her toned, gym-honed physique. But looking at her in that moment, she didn't look like the woman I married. She looked like a high-end stranger with a dangerous secret. Between us lay the one thing that destroys more American homes than any affair, a $30,000 lie. She had been financing a lifestyle for Instagram while I was pulling double shifts at the firm to save for a house we apparently didn't own. The air in the pantry was thick, hot, and smelled of expensive perfume and cheap deception. I felt that hollow ringing in my ears, the kind you get right before you lose everything. I realized then that I wasn't her partner. I was her unsuspecting bank. Every man watching this needs to hear what happened next because the perfect wife mask is a lethal weapon. Pay close attention because in the next 60 seconds, a 7-year marriage turns into a psychological standoff. Chloe didn't apologize when I snatched the papers from her hand. She just straightened her spine and gave me a look so cold it could have frozen the Arizona desert. "I did it for our image, Jason," she hissed, her voice a sharp contrast to the soft laughter of our parents in the next room. "You were too busy being practical to realize that status is the only currency that matters in this zip code." The disrespect in her eyes was a physical blow. She stood there, defiant, her expensive diamond studs catching the pantry light, reminding me of every cent I'd worked for that she'd already spent. "You lied for 3 years, Chloe," I whispered, my voice vibrating with a rage I had to keep silent. She laughed, a short melodic sound that felt like a razor blade. "And you let me," she replied, stepping closer, the scent of her jasmine oil suddenly suffocating. "You loved being the guy with the trophy wife. Don't act like a victim now." The confrontation moved to the kitchen island as the families started to trickle back inside. We were smiling for the guests while under the table, our lives were shattering. I had my car keys in my pocket and her secret debt in my hand. She had her hand on the door handle, her eyes looking at her father, a man